Hello and welcome, Pauleh here, and today I am bringing you a log video of Sunrunner2. Sunrunner2 is a Star Wars Galaxies emulated server, and this is very similar to Empire in Flames, so you're going to see videos in the styles of the Empire in Flames videos I released a couple of years ago, if you ever watched those. But this server is quite different in a few places. Now, some of it's not going to make any sense to you if you've never played Star Wars Galaxies before, or if you've never seen my Empire in Flames videos. But since I did play Empire in Flames and I have a video series, I'm going to make some comparisons to that. But Sunrunner2 is a Star Wars Galaxies emulated server, and it is very much vanilla. It does have its own changes and balances here and there, which I'll try and cover as I make these videos. But it's very much vanilla, so already combat-wise, it is quite different from Empire in Flames. Empire in Flames had the large health pools and action and mind, and would have all your skills fire off the action pool, and it would bounce up and down as your resources regenerated quickly. Kind of like most modern MMOs. In here though, it's a little bit different. So your character is made up of these values here: health, strength, constitution, action, quickness, stamina, mind, focus, willpower. So the way these work: health, action and mind, as you can see in the top left here, are basically your resources. If they go down to 0, your character will get incapped or die, depending on what you're fighting or how it occurs. Strength, quickness and focus determines how much of a resource cost it takes when you use an action, when you use a skill and ability. If I fire my... let's go have a look over here. If I fire my body shot 3 at this creature, you can see above my head it says 51. So every time I use this skill, it takes away 51 action points. And you can see it's gone down a little bit. Basically, the quickness will determine how much that will take down, or at least it will try and help just a little bit. Again, this is Star Wars Galaxies. There's a lot of things I'm going to have to cover. Like here we've got the special action cost, health, action and mind, how much that's going to come into effect when using abilities. It's very complicated, and well, it's not too complicated, but it's pretty complicated to explain, and I'm pretty poor at these kind of things, so I'll do my best to answer. And constitution, stamina and willpower basically covers how quickly your health, action and mind regenerate. So that's something to keep in mind when I'm releasing these future videos showing you this content. But yeah, that's probably the biggest difference between the two servers. This has vanilla kind of values, so you roll around with very, very low attributes, and the way to increase these is to get buffed by doctors, to get mind enhanced by entertainers, to take spices that smugglers can craft, to eat food or drinks, or drink drinks that are made by chefs. There's a whole bunch of different ways to increase these stats, and this is something that attributes towards the overall economy of this server. Now, one of the problems that most servers have is everyone has their own playstyles, how they would like to do things, and most servers tend to like buff up XP rates, so XP gains are very quick. They have things that can kind of ruin the economy a little bit, like anti-decay kits or elite harvesters. It very much depends. So far, this server seems to have a pretty good goal in making sure the economy stays healthy, and there's a lot of different things that come into play, which I'm going to try and cover as I go. It's too much to cover right now, and I'm going to ramble a bit if I do, so... It's worth noting that this server has made a lot of new content. There are new planets, there are new points of interest, strongholds, places to go, instances, dungeons, you name it. They've made a lot, about 350 minor and major POIs, along with a few new planets. And the new planets look absolutely amazing, including bringing back some of the older planets such as Kashyyyk and Mustafar. Planets that came out and you don't really see on any other pre-CU server because they're all kind of folded into the NGE version of the game. So these have been ported over and worked on to work here. Now again, this is all going to sound very odd until you can see it in action, so hopefully that's something I can show you in the future. Now as I said, I am rambling a bit. There's just so much to cover in this game, so I'm going to try and keep it as simple as I can. The first thing I'm going to do in this video is cover myself and my guild. So this is Sarvis. This is going to be my Master Smuggler, Master Pistolier, and with any luck, Master Fencer by the time I'm done. And that's another thing for skills I should point out. Probably some of the biggest changes that people might be interested to know is that Creature Handler, a skill set that is normally pretty weak in the, well, any version of the game really, has been buffed and balanced here. And creatures are very, very effective. Same with Droid Engineer. Droid Engineer can now make combat droids that do very well in combat. In fact, they have been godsends here just because there's no economy yet. Well, the economy is growing, but this server is only a week or two old. Well, a week old now. And in fact, I can tell you how old it is. I've played this character for a total of 10 days, 15 hours, so my character has been logged on pretty much all the time. If I wasn't playing it, he was collecting resources while I was AFK, so yeah, the server's about 10 days old. And it's been pretty crazy. A lot of people playing, a lot of guilds, people are just getting resources, people are starting to craft things. Looted weapons are being sold. You know, the economy is slowly starting. It's there, but it's still in its infancy. Prices are, you know, adjusting. So, starting right off the bat, there's no, like, good armor. There's no good weapons. There's no food. There's no buffs. There's nothing. So, this is all stuff we've had to start from scratch with. So, all that content I mentioned to you isn't really accessible at the moment. You can try it. You might find a crafty way of accomplishing some of it, but really, it's quite tough. So, in my case, myself, along with my guild, you know, we've been collecting resources. We've been trying to get our crafters leveled up. As I always say when I play this, Star Wars Galaxies is a marathon, not a sprint. You know, it's you can't go through it too quick. I mean, some people do, which is fine. Everyone's got their own play style, but it does take quite a bit of prep. So that's what I and my fellow guildmates have been working on. We're slowly leveling up combat characters. We've got our crafters on the go, our entertainers, and we're going to be knocking out a whole variety of content, which I'm going to be bringing to my YouTube channel and hopefully show everyone, and my streams. But that brings me to my guild. As I said, this is Sarvis. So my guild is called Full Frontal Nerdity, nerd for short, and it is made up of a lot of my guild mates from Empire in Flames, from Mass, and we've also got a lot of other players from Empire in Flames that aren't in Mass that have joined us on here, that are all very, very lovely people. And we've started to pick up a few people that we've never played with before. that don't play on Empire in Flames that we've just ran into, and they've been really cool here on Sunrunner2. So we formed our guild, which if you do play this, you'll see us running around with the nerd tag. And we built a city. The city is Nerdopolis. Now, unfortunately, we originally wanted to go with the name New Dork City, but I'll almost call it prehistoric profanity filter they have on Star Wars Galaxies is a little out of date and wouldn't allow us to use it because I guess Dork is a little too offensive. So we settled on Nerdopolis, which is just as cool. Now, one thing that was done on Sunrunner2 is, for player cities, you now have the option to make roads. Now unfortunately I can't show you any roads, but I can show you the fact that some of the city halls actually come with roads built right around them. And as you can see here, this is one of the roads, and this is the style we're going to use throughout our city when we have the ability to place roads down. And it is going to look pretty damn cool. I was able to try it a little bit on test server. It looks awesome. It's a completely different look to cities. You'll be able to like organize, you know, houses into districts. In fact, if I open up the map, you can see here, it's kind of a mess at the moment. We've got houses just anywhere because we don't have that much room. A level 1 village is 150 meters from the city hall all the way around. And we recently, in fact last night, we reached rank 2, so we're now 200 meters all the way around. But unfortunately the mayor cycle is on like a 3-week cycle, or the elections are on a 3-week cycle, so we don't get our voting XP for another 2 weeks. That means we can't unlock the abilities that allow us to place like roads, statues, decorations, useful buildings, that kind of thing, which is a shame. But a couple of weeks we'll have it, and I'll have an update video showing you the city as we progress. But yeah, we have a few things we're working on. As you can see here in Nerdopolis, we've got our city hall with its fancy road, and we decided to try and make it feel a little bit closed in with the road, so we put guild halls on either side. This is the actual guild hall of Nerd, which is currently a mess. In fact, you can see we were founded on June 12th. And yes, here you go, you can see the combat droids that are very, very useful right now. Our nerd bots. But yeah, Guild Hall is not decorated yet. That will come. We've got a very talented decorator in the guild who is also the mayor. That is Rain. And she'll get to that at some points. On this side, we have the Nerdiest Mall. Name still pending, but this is going to be a mall for all of our crafters in the guild that want to sell their wares to the public. Again, it's turned into a bit of a storage house at the moment, so we've got a whole bunch of just random items in here. Everything's kind of in containers and bags at the moment. I was working on Smuggler, so I had to slice a lot of weapons, so all these bags have, you know, a bunch of weapons of various styles that have all been sliced. But at some point this will be tidied up and anyone will be able to come in here and buy stuff. The City Hall is under construction as is everything at the moment. It's all under construction. But I am going to be very eager to show everything off once Rain gets around to everything, because she is a very talented decorator in this game. As you can see, this place is actually starting to come together already. Looking very, very fancy in here. And in this back room, you can see our little crafting room that we have. Oh, and a cool little feature is that on Sunrunner2, you can place these crafting stations outside. So we're going to try and build like a public, well, an outdoor crafting area, which would be kind of nice. Not something you're able to do in other servers, so that is going to be quite neat. And I guess the last thing I'll show here is the canteen in which we managed to place last night when we ranked up. And again, this is also under construction and the name is pending, but if you do happen to come over here, we will have dancers in here now and then. In fact, there is Umi. I think the others might be, but I can tell you. Now and then, Star Wars Galaxies has a weird issue where if you get on a bike, or sometimes just instances and people inside instances don't load right away. But while I'm here, let me show you. I've got Sarvis, I've got Cool Tyron, and I've got Zarkin, who's in his boxer shorts because I sold his clothes because they were broke, but he'll be dressed in the future. So if I log back on here, see if the other dancers load in, unless everyone got knocked offline. Uptime has been pretty good for this server. There they are. We got Kiri, Samaeve, and Umi at the moment, and you can come in here, watch these people. If you've got wounds or battle fatigue, you know, that will be healed up. But yeah, as you can see, it's slowly getting worked on. And in future videos, I will show you all the progress made on decorating all of our civic buildings, and hopefully I'll be able to do a tour of people's houses as well as they get their homes all sorted. Now, I just want to say, I know this video was a bit of a ramble, but there is a lot of stuff to cover. And a lot of it I will probably cover as I go when I stream, and all the important or interesting bits I will convert and condense into a nice YouTube friendly video. But that's all for now. I just wanted to show you guys how my character is getting on, the guild, nerd. And I do implore anyone that's interested in Star Wars Galaxies to check out this server. The link is in the description of this video. Check it out, it is well worth it. Probably one of the best Star Wars experiences I've had. The content they've made is... I really can't stress enough how important it is that they've added all of this content, because if you play on other servers, you will probably run out of things to do. But with everything they've added here, it's going to give this server some longevity. Longevity that Star Wars Galaxies emulate servers sorely need. So I hope everyone will get a chance to come on here and check it out. Anyway, that's enough rambling from me. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/Pauleh, as that's where I'm playing Star Wars Galaxies most of the time. Until then, take care and thank you for watching.